It's time for Remodel Revolution Radio. And now, an award-winning contractor with over 40 years' experience. Here is Alex Guthrie.
Welcome to hour number 2 of Remodel Revolution Radio. I'm here with two beautiful women and a photographer. Beverly Smirnis. Hello, Beverly.
Hi, Alex.
And Myaann Payne.
Hello.
Is it Myaann?
It's Myaann, like the civilization.
Like the civilization.
Yes.
It's just not spelled like the civilization.
Right.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank
How are
you.
you?
Thank you.
Good,
Awesome.
good. We met through Myaann and I have met recently through Beverly. Beverly and I were talking about some show ideas, and I've been wanting to do a kind of a closet show for a while, and that can be taken a lot of different ways. But I just was thinking clothes closet. Occasionally, fate just brings us to the right place at the right time, and this week was one of those weeks for me. I've been looking for a closet organizer to have on the show for some time, so I called my good friend Beverly Smirnis, and she gave me the name of our next guest and introduced us. Now, one of the hardest lessons of entrepreneurs is the constant highs and lows of owning a business, and some of us are better prepared than others because of the way business can imitate life. Constantly starting over, falling on your face, and getting back on your feet has a way of helping one focus on the important things in life, getting rid of the things that are just taking up room and reappropriating, just like in a closet.
Absolutely.
Myaann has experienced the extremes of life, pulling herself out of extreme poverty to become a successful woman, businesswoman, wife, and mother. Wife and mother. She's agreed to share her journey with us today, so please welcome Myaann Payne of Myaann Image.
Myaann Image.
Myaann. Okay, so it's not mine, it's Myaann. Okay.
Well,
It could
it's
go
kind of
either
like
way.
however you want to say it. There's not. I've never said a hard. This is how you say it.
It's always Myaann.
Myaann. Some people say Myaann. It's a play on my name, actually. So
I got that. I got that.
Mhm.
So welcome.
yes, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad you could get here. I'm so glad Beverly could be here with us.
Oh, me too. As soon as she walked in the green room, I was like, butterflies flew away.
Well, we're pretty easy going here. And your business is you have a lot of things you do.
Yes.
And because you've had a really amazing journey, and you sort of started out like a lot of people with certain expectations in life, and then things happen and you end up like most of us going, okay, this is where I'm going.
Right. Yes.
So let's talk about your journey.
Well, I'm originally from Cleburne, Texas.
Cleburne,
Yes.
Cleburne, Texas. Wow.
Home of the Yellow Jackets.
Why did I think but you spent some time in LA.
I did. When I was 16, I got picked up by, I went to like open, call here in Dallas. And I got picked up by a management team in LA, that said, they saw something in me, and they said, come out to LA. We can, get you jobs and, start an acting career. Because I just wanted something different. I knew that, I was in band and I ran track and played volleyball and was a cheerleader, and I did all these different things, but theater was always something that I really wanted to do, but my time was so taken up by all the other extracurricular activities.
The Yellow Jackets, man. Hey,
Yeah.
I've been to a Yellow Jackets football game.
Oh, really? In the Golden Pride of Cleburne High? The band?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, that's a great story. I'd love to tell you someday. It was so much fun. It was so
Was it?
awesome.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
I love Cleburne.
Oh, good.
So you start out like a lot of us when we're young, and we're like, I'm going to be a rock and roll star, or I'm going to be I'm going to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
You want to be in
Big
front
dreams.
of the camera.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you've got the
absolutely.
looks. You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And
Thanks
so
so much.
they looked at you and said, bang, here's a star.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got out to LA, and I I went through culture shock. I mean, I'm
From Cleveland to LA.
Cleveland to
How
like,
could that happen?
LA proper. I mean, I was in the valley. It was not a joke, but it's it's one constant that I've held with me my whole life. When I am the most uncomfortable is when I grow the most. And I think that's kind of true for all of us. So
Yes.
I mean, I was depressed because I'm just like, oh my God, the traffic and the people, and it's so different. But I started pulling out the good bits that it was like such an eclectic mix. And there was the beach, and there was this, and there was all these things. And it was tough for a 16, 17-year-old, in the big city. And I ended up with 3 jobs, just so that we could kind of try to make ends meet, because it's very expensive to live in LA.
So did you have somebody you were living with? Like
my mother and my little sister.
Oh, they went with you?
With me. Yeah, because I was underage.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I had to have somebody,
that never
sign
stopped
for that.
anybody else in LA.
No, it's true. Well, my mother was
They get
my
the best
mother's
jobs.
very, yeah, I know it. I know. But my mother is very she wanted to, support me.
So she was
in that.
That
and so
is
she went
really
with me,
awesome.
and my
Yeah.
little sister, and we took the drive, and I said a couple of choice words as I was crossing the border out of El Paso, and said I'd never be back. And yeah,
Pretty hard.
So
It's pretty hard to take the Texan out of you.
yeah, it is, and that's one thing that they did try very hard, because they hooked me up with a modeling agent as well. And so, I was like trying to do this modeling thing, and I wasn't tall enough, and I wasn't skinny enough, and I wasn't this enough, and my accent was too strong, and my teeth weren't right, and you're not this enough, you're not that enough, and then they just
So they tear you. They tear you down.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, in obviously hindsight's 2020.
Right.
Obviously, however many years ago that was, gosh, almost 2 decades. Now if I were to go back into it, I would know what a personal brand is. I would know who I am on the inside, and what I stand for, what I will do, what I will not do. But then I was 16, 17. I didn't know. I just wanted my name in lights.
Sure, of course.
I wanted to, be an actress. And so I just slowly realized that it was just not the vibe that it just wasn't for me.
Well, there's a lot of people that go down that road when they go there. And in fact, I did an interview with another lady that went exact same path and ended up back home in Boston. For the same reason. You try it.
Yeah.
You went out there and you went for it.
Absolutely.
And the cool thing is that your mom went with you.
Yeah.
And supported you.
Yeah.
That is very awesome.
Absolutely.
It's very awesome. That doesn't happen all the time.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
But she was very, she's very much like, she wanted us to follow our dreams, whatever that was. And so then I started, I got a job with a couture designer in Hollywood. And so I was working at his retail store. So I got my first, taste of retail and clothes and dressing people. And it was funny because, a lot of, people in the retail world, they start out in like fast fashion at like, Forever 21, H&M, like, something like that. And they work their way up to luxury. Well, I started out in luxury and like custom, suiting and tailoring and all this kind of stuff. And he also did, fashion shows. So then I started working behind the scenes. I would merchandise a store, and I would help him, with like the buying, and I would help him with the, runway shows and all this kind of stuff. And even though I wasn't like the model on the runway that I always wanted to be, it was cool to be behind the scenes and be a small part of something bigger.
You started becoming a business owner then. Your training. You were in training. Well,
Yeah.
you may not have known it, but you were in training.
Yeah, true.
At the end of the day, you were managing people.
That's true. That's very true. And then, I worked in the restaurant industry at the same time. So I was getting, kind of both sides, really, restaurant and retail, which are 2 industries that I firmly believe People need to work in before you get into the real world. You need to wait tables.
You need to
and
learn.
you need to
That's how you
clean
learn
out
that.
fitting rooms.
That's how you learn how to deal with people, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's when they're at their
For sure.
worst.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And there, to your point, the ebb and flow of like the wondrous, production of a runway show.
And the
Then behind the
humbleness.
scenes, it's absolute chaos and it's craziness, and it's and there's a whole other side to the modeling industry that I hope that it's kind of curtailed now, but I mean, just like the drugs and the alcohol and all that kind of stuff that's
The craziness
that goes along with
Yeah.
it to be a certain size, to fit in with that certain crowd, to keep getting those jobs and stuff like that. So it was just not something that was
for
wasn't
a girl from Cleburne. That's got to be,
you know,
yeah, no
it
kidding.
was extreme. It was extreme.
It is.
Mhm.
So you were born in Cleburne?
No, well, I was born in Arlington, and but I grew up in Cleburne.
So
Just in Cleburne.
so you're in LA,
Mhm.
and you're learning the fashion industry,
Mhm.
and you're learning how to wait tables
And
at the same time.
yeah, and bartend,
And you were bartending.
I was a telemarketer.
So you
from
like
6 a.m.
covered
to
the
noon.
you covered the gamut of
Yeah.
partying and style. And
Yeah.
now the fashion is interesting to me because
Mhm.
fashion to me, so many people, well, for all of us really, our fashion is our statement about ourselves to the people in front of us,
Absolutely.
to the world.
Mhm.
Really,
Yes.
it's how we say, people like me, that's kind of like, I don't care.
And
To other people that go, it's important, this is how I want you to see me.
to view, yes, absolutely. I mean, and that's, now that I'm even talking through it out loud, it's my first taste of that, the whole philosophy of a personal brand of
Mm-hmm.
who you are. Yeah, so I had 3 jobs and still making it to auditions and stuff, and I landed a couple of things, and I hosted a couple of shows that were pilots, and so I did do some things. My favorite acting class was comedy.
Really?
In the end of everything, yeah, because it's just like comedy. It's like I think laughter is the best medicine, and it's it can bring people together, and I just felt a lot more fulfillment in that versus like trying to be as skinny as possible to like, walk down a runway with like a super expensive dress. That what I mean.
I think that all teenagers think they're funny.
Oh,
They do.
yeah.
But my son decided at one time he was going to be a comedian. And the problem was he couldn't get anybody to laugh at his jokes, and so
That's funny in and of itself.
And he kept getting irritated. He'd get so mad. He'd go, "That is funny," and we'd all go,
No, it's
"No,
not.
it's not."
But you know what? That he could have opened his show
Yeah,
with that.
I don't
Hey,
know. But
nobody really laughs at my jokes. So
Yeah.
here's to hoping. Here's to hoping that somebody out there is going
be
to
the first.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Somebody step up.
My nephew does stand-up comedy in Austin, and I think in order to be a comedian, you have to really have a lot of backbone and get through those first performances where, in some cases even people boo you, but he's actually done quite well because he's got really thick skin.
Yeah.
And he's got a family that gives him like material for crazy kind of stories that are half true.
Excellent. Because there's in every comedy story, there's always truth in it.
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
what makes it funny.
Yeah, no, because we can all relate. It's
Absolutely.
about us. Comedy is life. It
Yeah.
really is. It's funny. It's just a different way of looking at it. So you're going through this. You're trained in all of these things, and is it at this point, has it started occurring to you that you're going to someday be what you are now, or on your way to now? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue this questioning of Myaann Payne with Beverly Smirnis. You're listening to Remodel Revolution Radio. Don't go away. So what does a garage door do besides enhance your home, protect your family, and secure your vehicles? Well, when you contact the pros at Windsor Door, you'll learn how a truly high-quality garage door company can make a difference. Insulated doors, carriage-style doors, steel and custom wood, Windsor Door has them all and much, much more. And nothing makes a garage door work better than a high-quality opener. That's why the folks at Windsor Door only use LiftMaster garage door openers. And it's no wonder LiftMaster is the #1 professionally installed garage door opener. Only LiftMaster has patented MyQ technology, which alerts you if you forget to close your garage door and lets you close it from anywhere, anytime with built-in Wi-Fi technology. It also has battery backup, so you can get in even when the power's out. So contact a Windsor Door dealer near you at windsordoor.com. Alex Guthrie here for my friends at Total Air and Heat. Did you know a typical AC unit runs enough hours in a year equal to a car running 60,000 miles? Total Air and Heat recommends that you tune your system and have it safety checked every 6 months to ensure peak efficiency, proper operation, and increase the life of the system. Need a new air conditioning and heating system? No problem. Total Air and Heat can replace your equipment with the best equipment on the market today. Train. And you know it's hard to stop a train. So for the best heating and air conditioning contractors in North Dallas and Plano for the past 60 years, call my friends at Total Air and Heat, 972-881-0020. That's 972-881-0020. Or visit them online at totalair.com. Total Air and Heat. Some people think the only thing worse than calling the dentist is calling the foundation repairman. That's why I recommend Hargrave Foundation Repair. Cracks in the walls, doors that won't close, give the folks at Hargrave Foundation a call. Now, sometimes it's not the foundation at all. That's why you need an honest, proven company. You see, understanding the soils and weather is a must for a lifetime repair. Family owned and operated since 1968, Hargrave has seen it all. Hargrave Foundation Repair is fully licensed and insured, and their staff stays up to date on all the latest techniques and advances. So call one of the last independently owned foundation companies in North Texas and the exclusive installer of the Chance helical pier system. Call Hargrave Foundation Repair at 972-442-3415. That's 972-442-3415. Hargrave Foundation Repair, 972-442-3415. Welcome back to Remodel Revolution Radio. I'm here with my new friend, Myaann Payne, and my old friend, Beverly Smirnis, and her husband, a.k.a. the photographer, Steve Smirnis, and who's told me a minute ago he's really a movie star. You know,
Oh,
yeah. He's been all. And I asked him,
you didn't know?
No, listen. Here's what I had to tell Steve: if you're the subject of if you're the star in the Cops, you know,
God.
you're not really a star.
Like you were on live PD. That doesn't make
being
you.
featured in the
All I
back seat
saw
is
was
not a star.
I just saw the back of your head and that bracelet they had on you. I don't know what you're talking about. So,
Oh,
so let's
gosh.
talk a little bit about reorganize. This is all, to me, it really made me think reorganizing closets, and what does that have to do with remodeling and that kind of thing? But it all kind of ties in together. To me, our closet is like our Smithsonian of our life. It's like our stuff that we want to hang on to, we don't want to get rid of. So when you're doing this with somebody, and this is part of your business, is helping people kind of reorganize, not only for fashion, but to sort of help them get back on focus.
Yeah.
And that's what happens, because we all do it. Look in our closet and we're like, there's that coat from 1982. I remember buying that jacket. I can't wear it because it's full of moth holes, but I'm not going to throw it away. Because it all has meaning in our life. And so to go in and kind of cut through that and break through that barrier and get someone to actually start putting things in order is quite a chore sometimes, I would imagine.
Yeah. There's, I have a couple clients that are completely unattached. I have some clients that are completely unattached to their clothing. They just, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, throw it in the pile. But then we get around to the shoes and then it's a different story, or vice versa. Or there's some people that it's a therapy session.
Right.
And it is because it's, you have this, dress that you wore to some specific event in your life. And no, you're not going to wear it anymore. It's
because it's out of fashion.
And it's not your style anymore.
And maybe you don't fit in it.
Well, perhaps. Now, look, you can always alter anything.
Yeah.
Anything can be altered.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to be said for just generational dressing. Like how you dress in your 20s is not how you dress in your 30s. Is not really how you dress.
Unfortunately,
in your 40s.
I know some people that don't have that rule. They don't follow that.
Okay, well, they're the people that hire me. So yeah, there's a lot to be said for just really going through with. Obviously, I have a completely unbiased opinion on this sequin dress that looks like it was great for the Paula Abdul days, but
Right.
for right now, it's probably not going to work if you're a mom of 3 and you.
So when you're talking to these people, and I guess most of your clients are women,
mostly,
and so I can't imagine there I guess there's plenty of guys. Listen, guys are just as
yes,
they're just as I don't want to know if ego is what the right word is.
No, I would just say just as bad.
Just as bad as women with their clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
men, I think men hold on to things not for the emotional portion. And this goes back to kind of like the women are from Venus and, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Men hold on to items because of their functionality and because I've worn this belt for the last 5 years. And,
my favorite t-shirt in my
sakes.
closet has a big hole the size of a 50-cent piece on
Alex.
my right shoulder.
Alex.
And my wife goes,
"You're killing me.
I'm throwing it away." And I go, "You are not throwing it away."
Cool.
It's not cool.
And which really
There's
makes her
AC from the ceiling, not from your shirt.
she gets really mad because I'll wear it out in public.
How dare you.
I know it's horrible.
Well, put a jacket over it.
But at least the one that I tore the sleeves off of, I only wear around the house.
Give me her number. I've got some tips for her.
Yep.
Yeah, my husband has come up with stuff missing out of his closet too.
37 years of marriage. She's got the tip of a bullet. Is what she's got for me. Anyway, and so men, we're all kind of get attached. Is what this is.
Yes.
For whatever reason, we get attached. Some guys it's sports. Or the Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl. The last time I had that shirt on, well, but you were in high school. That's
ouch. It's painful.
But and so we're gonna in a few minutes, in about a half a minute or so, we're gonna take another break, bottom of the hour. But I want to talk about sort of the psychological plan you have to have when you're dealing with people that you're trying to sort of take them into the next step. It's another chapter they're going into by kind of getting rid of the old, moving into the new. You're listening to Remodel Revolution Radio. I'm with Myaann Payne and Beverly Smirnis, and we're having a fun talk about reorganizing closets and life all at the same time. Don't go away. Some people think the only thing worse than calling the dentist is calling the foundation repairman. That's why I recommend Hargrave Foundation Repair. Cracks in the walls, doors that won't close, give the folks at Hargrave Foundation a call. Now, sometimes it's not the foundation at all. That's why you need an honest, proven company. You see, understanding the soils and weather is a must for a lifetime repair. Family owned and operated since 1968, Hargrave has seen it all. Hargrave Foundation Repair is fully licensed and insured, and their staff stays up to date on all the latest techniques and advances. So call one of the last independently owned foundation companies in North Texas and the exclusive installer of the Chance Helical Pier system. Call Hargrave Foundation Repair at 972-442-3415. That's 972-442-3415. Hargrave Foundation Repair, 972-442-3415. Alex Guthrie here for my friends at Total Air and Heat. Did you know a typical AC unit runs enough hours in a year equal to a car running 60,000 miles? Total Air and Heat recommends that you tune your system and have it safety checked every 6 months to ensure peak efficiency, proper operation, and increase the life of the system. Need a new air conditioning and heating system? No problem. Total Air and Heat can replace your equipment with the best equipment on the market today. Train. And you know it's hard to stop a train. So for the best heating and air conditioning contractors in North Dallas and Plano for the past 60 years, call my friends at Total Air and Heat, 972-881-0020. That's 972-881-0020. Or visit them online at totalair.com. Total Air and Heat. So what does a garage door do besides enhance your home, protect your family, and secure your vehicles? Well, when you contact the pros at Windsor Door, you'll learn how a truly high-quality garage door company can make a difference. Insulated doors, carriage-style doors, steel and custom wood, Windsor Door has them all and much, much more. And nothing makes a garage door work better than a high-quality opener. That's why the folks at Windsor Door only use LiftMaster garage door openers. And it's no wonder LiftMaster is the #1 professionally installed garage door opener. Only LiftMaster has patented MyQ technology, which alerts you if you forget to close your garage door and lets you close it from anywhere, anytime with built-in Wi-Fi technology. It also has battery backup, so you can get in even when the power's out. So contact a Windsor Door dealer near you at windsordoor.com. Welcome back to the second half of the second hour of Remodel Revolution Radio with Myaann Payne, Beverly Smirnis, and the photographer Steve Smirnis. We're not letting him have a microphone today. He wants to direct. So when we're building a house, well, one of the things we were talking about during the break, I want to hit on first. We're going to talk about this designing a closet, going at, the best way to design a closet if you're going to remodel or build a house. But first of all, Steve and I were just talking, and Greg, about when we're talking about our clothing and getting rid of stuff and how, like I've lost a whole bunch of weight it's taken me about 3.5 years, but I've dropped 100 pounds.
Oh my God.
And
well,
so,
congratulations.
That's
you. No small feat.
No, it wasn't, but there was nothing small on me when I started. There's still nothing small on me now, but I am getting there, Anyway, what happens is you end up going back into your boxes and wearing all your old stuff because you're like, you're dropping weight, and about every, 10, 15 pounds, you go, wow, I gotta find something else to wear. And so you end up with all this old stuff. And so if you're like a lifelong weight or dieting person, like my adult life, I've had to do, I never get new clothes. I just lose some weight and start wearing the old
stuff.
Just get new belts.
just get new belts.
Because you got to add more holes.
Well,
and then
hey,
you go back
let
to
me
using
tell you
old ones.
something.
Oh,
I was up
goodness.
to elastic. I was up to elastic. So, just the fact that I'm wearing a belt's a big, giant step forward for me. At any rate, so let's talk about when you're remodeling a house. Which is what I do, what our show's about. How do we design a closet? Give me the ideal closet. Now, we were doing in the 80s and really in the 90s, we were putting all kinds of things in closets. We were putting offices, like I've done several of them where I put the wife's office in the closet. Now, that was her choice, but I thought that's about the last place I want my office is in the closet, for crying out loud. I mean, they're big closets. They're closets the size of a living room. But do you want to do your office work in a closet? Do you want a big, giant built-in bench in the middle of the closet? Or is there a way to arrange this where it's a little more, has a better flow to it?
Well, I like the idea of some doors that close off into an office area, so you can hide the clutter when the guests come. You can close that office off, but I wouldn't want it in the same closet as my clothes.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm very much like I have to be by a window. So I mean, I guess if there's a window
For your closet.
No, for my
I'm
office.
sorry, for your office
Yeah,
is what I
have
meant.
to get, because I'm a creative. Like I have to get some sunlight, sunshine. Well, heck, even clouds and rain, some kind of nature to like spark my, creativity. So for me to be in a closet in the corner, I don't know.
So you don't like the office in the closet. So we've been doing these closets that are massive because for some reason as we've gotten further along in society, we think that we have to have massive amounts of clothing. Do we need massive amounts of clothing?
No.
I mean, do you need to have a European pull down thing because you have to have 100 different outfits for the winter and 100 different outfits for the summer and all that? Do you need all that?
No. My style, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a minimalist like with my clients. Most of my clients come to me because they do feel overwhelmed because they have too much. And the problem with that, everybody's seen the meme, like standing in the closet and like, things are toppling down. You're like, I don't have anything to wear. Well, it's because you can't see everything you have. You don't remember everything you have, and nothing is organized in a manner where you can go, okay, here are my tops. Here are my bottoms, and I'm a firm believer in switching out, warm weather, to cool weather. But the few people that I've shown my closet to, the actual size of it, they're astounded at how little I actually have. But it's also having somebody with the eye to mix and match what you have, having a cohesive wardrobe that pretty much everything kind of can go with everything, and it can like go across seasons.
So it's like when I go and I buy the 3 suits for $100.
I just cringed, but go ahead.
Those are beautiful suits, by the way.
Oh, you and your beard. No, sir.
they're awesome, man. I mean,
stylish.
You can mow the yard in them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're versatile. And I got one that's camo. I'm just kidding.
Perfect.
But it's and so you don't have a camo suit? What is wrong with you?
No.
I guess I got to get one. I'm slacking on my game over here.
You are. You slacking. Anyway, mixing and matching clothing so you don't have to have as much space.
Right.
But when you shop, it's important.
Yes.
And this all goes to the design because when you're designing the closet, that is how you design around the way you live.
Absolutely. The closet has to be, the physical closet itself has to work with the clothing that you have. I have some clients that they pretty much wear dresses. They wear one pieces, what I call a jumpsuit or a dress most of the time. So they would need something that's got, more long hanging long hanging space, where someone like me, that I am very much separates and I wear mostly pants, I would need like, a
I was
sections for
just
that.
thinking about the last time I saw Greg in a jumpsuit, and it had a number on the back, and I think was it Dallas County?
Was
Dallas
it orange?
Easy.
Was it orange?
They use khaki in Dallas County.
Oh, khaki. Yeah, it brings out the light tones in the beard.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
I saw
Okay.
him winding up over there.
I know.
Okay, so we're designing our closet around our lifestyle. So if you have the option to have a giant closet that you can just stuff stuff in,
Mhm.
or a smaller closet that you can organize, what's your preference? Is bigger better always?
I mean, bigger is better if you're scrolling through Pinterest and you're just pinning things on your dream house board. I mean, and I do have a couple clients that they do need massive space because they do have a lot of clothes, and either they like having tons of clothes, or they have tons of clothes because they go to like 100 and something events a year,
Well, that
and they
makes
don't
sense.
want to
That's
be
fair.
photographed in the same thing, and so
I'm the same way.
oh yeah, of
Never
course. Never been seen twice,
never.
so I'll never see this shirt ever
No.
again.
No.
I know, right?
Depends on how cold it is outside.
But yeah, for me, I would much rather have an extremely functional, aesthetically pleasing space that I can really have all of my wares organized very well.
So now these days we have all kinds of gizmos and gadgets and cool things that we can put in closets. We've had a lot of innovation as far as closet design, shoe storage systems, and built-in dressers, but they're not just built-in dressers. I mean, it's all designed around your storage. So you can have all your bling.
Humidors.
Oh, yeah.
Humidors?
Yeah.
In a closet?
No, you're right. I do have a client that like there's his his very expensive watches. And then his humidor. You're right.
Wow.
50 points for you.
See, the
Put
beard
those
pulls it
cigars
off.
in the pocket when he leaves.
He's a-
Right.
He's a cat burglar on the weekends. That's
Raid and whiskey cabinets as well.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
And so let's talk about some of these little blingy storage things, as I would call them, that you can put in a closet.
Okay.
I mean, you can. Now I'm a guy that doesn't wear any jewelry.
Oh, none.
I hate it
Okay.
on my hands.
Mm.
Yeah. I took my nose ring out today,
Oh, did
but
you? Okay.
What about the belly ring?
I was gonna say, yeah, your navel ring still
it's
rocking
still
that.
there.
It's still.
I just don't wear it on hot days. It gets kind of hot.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay.
And tarnishes.
And so, talk about some of the things that are available for storage in closets.
I see closets, I've seen some pretty knocked out closets, like some of the custom home builders in particular, it's like the finest department store that you would ever go into. The wood finishes
Yes.
and the lots of mirrors, three-way mirrors,
Mhm.
Glass mirrored shelves, and, also, ventilated shelves I know are good for,
Mhm.
as far as the health of the, the clothes,
Right.
and the
Right. Well,
things,
also,
yeah.
like you could have like a little steamer in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of other things that you could have in there, I
Mhm.
guess.
I have a client that just built a home over in South Lake, and she has a lit mirror. It's beautiful, and yeah, she's got 2 outlets in there for like a lamp kind of in the corner, and for her steamer. And she's got they literally just built her like a little in the wall, just a little
Little
bit there
steam
for
unit.
her to stick her steamer.
Sure.
And I'm like,
Sure.
it's so convenient.
Mm-hmm.
I also worked with a woman that had a full built-in vanity in her closet, and
With
it had
plumbing.
no, not plumbing.
No plumbing.
Oh, just a vanity. No, it was a
It didn't have a sink.
no, it didn't have a sink. It was for her to sit and put her
Mhm.
makeup on, and she did have a mirror. Well, obviously she had a mirror, a window there.
Uh-huh.
And then there were, custom, shelves, and all of her makeup was just neatly, in there, obviously soft closed
Well,
drawers.
speaking of lighting and closets, of course, now we have LED lighting that we can put in that's designed specifically for like the dividers, where you can have lighting that will illuminate the clothing better than we used to have. I mean, I literally would have to take a flashlight in mine and go, is that black or navy blue?
Oh, it's charcoal. Oh, silly me.
It's gray.
Steve and I publish a Building Savvy magazine. So it's a home building industry magazine and for builders and remodelers. And we've seen a lot of closets now with windows. They're more like regular rooms, like a whole room, because people that's where they go get ready.
I mean, it is a space that you do go to every day.
Right.
I mean, and I do think that it is kind of a forgotten space when you're going to buy a house or possibly, building a home, that, because everybody, it's the kitchen. Of course, you spend tons of time in the kitchen, the living room, and, the master suite, obviously. But I do think that kind of the closet is an area that people just kind of forget, because I'm just going to put my clothes there. But you kind of don't really realize until you move all your stuff in and you're struggling, like, oh, how can I make this work?
Right.
And you're just kind of like restricted to the confines of, like, a couple bars and
now we've started
squares in the wall for your shoes and stuff.
We've started paying attention to closets really in the 80s, as I recall, in my business. And
well, that was when one of the very well-known ladies in the home building industry actually had an elevator inside her bottom closet that went up to her upstairs closet. And it was as large. The two closets were about as large as your average house alone. Just the closets, because she was the type of lady that went to a lot of social things. And she had a lot of ball gowns and stuff. Those were in the upstairs closet. It's really cool, But that was the 80s were when everything got big.
Well, things got big, and we became more focused on the luxurious part of our life. We went from houses where bathrooms were just functional, closets were just functional, to bathrooms and closet. That whole area became sort of
living space,
like a living,
where we start our day, where we're starting in our day.
It's kind of like your me room,
because
like
no
the
one
guy
else
has his
really
humidor
goes
in
there.
his because that's important to him. I don't think he smokes them, hopefully,
he
but
no,
he, but when he dresses, he.
But and he's getting. But it's also like, if you think about it, you get ready there in the morning. You go, the bathroom closet situation. You go, get yourself bathed and dressed for the day. You may come home and like even change. And then in the evening, you have to put on your PJs or not and, take a bath or, wash your face or whatever. So it is a space that like, I think it's the most intimate space in the house, really.
So, let's talk some more about your journey. We've got just, we got about, when we come back from this break, we won't have a whole lot of time.
Okay.
But I want to talk about where your business and how you got from LA back to Texas. Thank gosh, luckily you came back, and tell us some about your business and what it's like being a mom, a business owner, a wife, and being successful at all of it, because I know you must be. That's why you're here on this high class radio show. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Remodel Revolution Radio. Nobody won the $25 gift certificate because no one called. Shame on you. Next week, though, you'll be able to win. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more Remodel Revolution Radio. Don't go away. So what does a garage door do besides enhance your home, protect your family, and secure your vehicles? Well, when you contact the pros at Windsor Door, you'll learn how a truly high-quality garage door company can make a difference. Insulated doors, carriage-style doors, steel and custom wood, Windsor Door has them all and much, much more. And nothing makes a garage door work better than a high-quality opener. That's why the folks at Windsor Door only use LiftMaster garage door openers. And it's no wonder LiftMaster is the #1 professionally installed garage door opener. Only LiftMaster has patented MyQ technology, which alerts you if you forget to close your garage door and lets you close it from anywhere, anytime with built-in Wi-Fi technology. It also has battery backup, so you can get in even when the power's out. So contact a Windsor Door dealer near you at windsordor.com. Alex Guthrie here for my friends at Total Air and Heat. Did you know a typical AC unit runs enough hours in a year equal to a car running 60,000 miles? Total Air and Heat recommends that you tune your system and have it safety checked every 6 months to ensure peak efficiency, proper operation, and increase the life of the system. Need a new air conditioning and heating system? No problem. Total Air and Heat can replace your equipment with the best equipment on the market today. Train. And you know it's hard to stop a train. So for the best heating and air conditioning contractors in North Dallas and Plano for the past 60 years, call my friends at Total Air and Heat, 972-881-0020. That's 972-881-0020. Or visit them online at totalair.com. Total Air and Heat. Some people think the only thing worse than calling the dentist is calling the foundation repairman. That's why I recommend Hargrave Foundation Repair. Cracks in the walls, doors that won't close? Give the folks at Hargrave Foundation a call. Now, sometimes it's not the foundation at all. That's why you need an honest, proven company. You see, understanding the soils and weather is a must for a lifetime repair. Family owned and operated since 1968, Hargrave has seen it all. Hargrave Foundation Repair is fully licensed and insured, and their staff stays up to date on all the latest techniques and advances. So call one of the last independently owned foundation companies in North Texas and the exclusive installer of the Chance helical pier system. Call Hargrave Foundation Repair at 972-442-3415. That's 972-442-3415. Hargrave Foundation Repair, 972-442-3415. Real quick, how do you juggle being mom, entrepreneur, and wife?
Well, you're asking me on a day that we've had a house full of sickos. Everybody's sick, and it's for the business, it's time blocking. For my son, it's being very intentional with being present with him. For my husband, same thing, scheduling, at least once a month, date nights, and Friday nights are our time to talk and recap the week because my husband works nights. So we're like two ships passing in the night.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So, yeah. So it's just, I think just being very intentional with how I spend my time and where I spend it. And also to be quite frank, having somebody help me clean the house twice a month, and having an amazing team of people that help me with the business.
And so let's tell us, I've got a few questions. We only have a couple minutes.
Okay.
These are what I call the quickies.
Okay. Fire away.
What was your best teacher?
My failures. Your
failures. Mm-hmm. Good answer. What is your favorite book in business?
Ooh, in business. Oh, yowza. What about your book? Oh my gosh.
Your book.
Oh, I compiled a book.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I compiled a book. My favorite book in business. Oh gosh, it would probably either be like The Tipping Point or Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I just finished the empowerment dynamic, which was, I mean, it's what is it? Self-improvement, not self-help, self-improvement, personal development.
Uh-huh.
I read a lot of personal development.
Do you have a lesson that you've learned that has helped you in business? Like one thing that just woke you up?
My overarching, like what I said in the beginning, it was that every time I feel very uncomfortable, and that could be, just going into a new situation, a new leg of business, or, being uncomfortable because I tried something and it didn't work. Every time that I've felt the most uncomfortable is when I've experienced the most growth.
What's your favorite way to challenge yourself?
Make sure that I'm uncomfortable.
No, do you
challenge myself?
you ride a bike?
I very much set.
Are you a runner?
I run around after a toddler.
You run around.
You mean like
after
for exercise?
No, just
challenge myself.
Most of us like to do something to challenge ourselves occasionally.
Goal setting.
Goal setting.
Yes.
Okay, good. And then reaching them.
Yes.
Yeah, reaching for them anyway.
For them,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Who do you most admire?
I'm not Steve. Come on. Who do I most admire? One business, Sir Richard Bronson. I've followed his story for many years. It's so inspiring because I feel like we've not walked exactly the same path, but a lot of things. And I really, I thought I wouldn't ever say this, but I really admire my mother.
Oh, good.
She is
good.
One of the strongest people that I've ever encountered with all of her, everything that she's got, but she's one of the strongest humans.
That's one of the finest compliments a parent can have. So good for you and good for her. And who taught you your most valuable lesson, and what was it? I wasn't going to make this easy.
Wow, you said quickie, and I'm like, yeah, these are like the most Can you state the question again, please?
That's okay.
I'm like wrapped up in a rubber band. Who taught me my most
valuable lesson? Was it in business? Was it your mom?
A lot of it, yeah. I was going to say a lot of my business, I think my business chops come from my life lessons. And I'd probably say, yeah, my mother. And it was to suck it up. And that, nobody's going to feel sorry for you.
Yeah,
and
good for you.
You make your way in life.
Good for you. Good for you. Those are great lessons. And I want to tell you that I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Beverly, I appreciate you being here. And how do people get in touch with you?
My website is www.mynnimage.com. And I'm also on Facebook and Instagram as it's at MYNNimage. And then on LinkedIn as Myaann Payne. Awesome.
And Beverly.
Yes.
Let's real quick with Savvy Magazine. How do people get in touch with it, and how do they get it?
Yes. Well, it's a private magazine just for the builders and remodeler, so it's not publicly available, but you can visit our website, dfwbuildingsavvy.com, or our social media pages, DFW Building Savvy on Facebook, and the Savvy List is our new website that'll be launching soon. So,
well, I really appreciate you guys being here today. It's been really a lot of fun, and we laughed a lot, which is always good. That's always good. And I want to wind down this show by saying how thankful I am for Thanksgiving this year. I got to spend it with my 91-year-old mom, which was really wonderful. I want to thank my producer, Greg Lindemood, my research department, Mrs. Guth, that would be my wife. Thanks to Beverly Smirnis. And thank you to the audience, our audience, for being here. Until next week, this is Alex Guthrie signing off. You've been listening to Remodel Revolution Radio. We'll see ya.